Hi everybody, welcome in. Welcome to my channel. This is Table Talk with Elle, and I'm Elle. Today I thought we'd talk a little bit about discovering yourself again after a long-term relationship. And I know for me that was something that was significant because I thought I knew who I was, but I really didn't. I really did not know after being, with someone for 30 years. And my main focus really was taking care of my family and my husband. I really had put aside so much of my interests, my activities, things that I wanted to do. So it was a big question that came up for me. I would say about 6 months or so after, I had left the life I knew and I was living something completely different. So it started to come up more and more because what I noticed was I didn't know what to do with myself in certain aspects. I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know what I was passionate about. I used to have so much passion and so much interest in creative projects, outdoor activities, having a social life. I didn't have any of those. I didn't have any of those. I was just completely numb in a lot of ways, and I didn't realize that for some time. So I had to get myself some notebooks, and I had to start, writing down. I went back to when I was a kid because I thought, I don't know what I like. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know who I am as an adult person because, I wasn't living my own life. I was living my life through others. So I started to explore that. I got back into hiking. When I was a kid, I grew up in a rural community. I was a farm kid. I feel very, very fortunate to have been a farm kid. It's a hard life when you're a farm kid and you have a multitude of different kinds of animals. Well, they die, and sometimes they don't die from natural causes, obviously. And, way back then, we certainly didn't give a lot of thought to our animals, I don't think, like we do today. So I really had to step back, do some soul searching, do a lot of reflecting, and then experimenting in the way of just trying to be more open and trying different things. So I love the outdoors. I love being in nature. And, as I said, I love animals. So I started hiking again. I'm still very fortunate. I live in a rural community at the moment. It gives me access to lots of trails, lots of ability to get out in nature. And I found nature very soothing and very healing. Apparently one of the biggest reasons we enjoy being outside so much, in a park or by a stream or a river, we're over-oxygenated by all the trees and the plants. And definitely you feel more connected to something that's not yourself, to something much bigger. So that was, one of the things I started. I was out every day unless the weather was just so cold or so nasty. It really was not enjoyable at all. And then I looked back at, what was I interested in school? What did my friends and I talk about? What did I think I wanted to do after I got out of school? And I just started, soul searching more and more of that. In high school, I took 3 years of art. And I did some really amazing things, everything from oil painting to clay, to sketching in charcoal. And I loved it all. And actually, some of the things that I did was in an art presentation my last year of school. So I started to do those things again. I started to just get something simple at a dollar store. And I started experimenting with painting again. I love color. I love the vibrance of color in my life and what colors represent. So that was something else. And I knew it was right for me because I was so excited. My heart just sang and leapt with joy, and I was like, oh my God, I haven't felt this way. I don't remember the last time I felt this way. And then, another thing that I did was I reached out and I connected with some people I hadn't talked to in a long time just because I was busy. Our lives had taken different directions. I didn't really have a social life. It mostly, revolved around my family. And even though my kids, were late teens and mid-20s at the time, I think, we all just drift apart because we all get so focused in our lives. So that was another thing I thought, I need a social group. It doesn't have to be a large social group. And you may try something and it may not connect that time. Take a class. Go take a painting class or a sculpting class or a yoga class or a dance class or a meditation class. That's another thing that I started doing was meditation. It took me a long time to be able to sit still and meditate because I have a lot of energy and it's not easy for me to sit still. And to throw a little astrology in there, I am a Gemini moon. So there's a lot of things going on in my head. And my mind can get busy very easily. So to be able to focus on something, I just started with 5 minutes. Oh, that seemed like an eternity in the beginning. To sit still and close my eyes for 5 minutes and think about my breathing. The first 6 months of that just about made me crazy. Because when you're a doer and you're a thinker, you don't want to sit still. You feel it's all in your actions. So that was another step that I took that was challenging for me. I stuck with it. I tried to do it every day. I wasn't perfect. I do it now for an hour or so, and I'm still working on it. Some days it's harder than others, but it certainly has changed me. It certainly has helped me regulate my nervous system. Because when I left a situation that was unhealthy and unstable for a long time, mentally, emotionally, your your whole system is out of whack. I was in survival mode, and that was not somewhere I wanted to be. I wanted to change that. So I encourage you, share with me. What have you done? What have you changed about yourself? How have you bettered your life? What was hard and challenging for you? But, even the tiniest things. They say even the tiniest things like brushing our teeth with our hand we don't normally use changes our neural pathways and helps create new patterns, which is wonderful. And I don't think any of us agree that it's easy. It's not easy striking out on your own at any age. It's definitely not easy doing it in midlife. But I would have to say, as challenging as it's been at times, I made the right decision. I would not change it. I'm healthier mentally, physically, emotionally, and I'm happier and more at peace. So thank you for tuning in here with me today. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Love to hear from you. Take care. We'll talk soon.